Very dynamic young man, a natural leader, and he's a football junkie. I love that about him. He's played the game at a high level for a long time, and I'm looking forward to working with him and helping him even take his game to another level.
Overreaction time. That was Chargers new head coach Anthony Lynn talking about his quarterback, Phillip Rivers. Rivers just turned 35. He has 10 seasons under his belt. Last year, not necessarily his best work. Lowest completion percentage since 2007. Had a career high in interceptions with 21. Tim, I ask you, overreaction or not, can Rivers still be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL?
I think that's overreaction. And I think it has to do more so that he doesn't have the pieces around him.
Okay.
He doesn't have explosive athletes that can go out there and make plays. And if you watch Phillip Rivers throughout the years, right, it looks like the ball's too heavy for him. So he has to anticipate better than I think every quarterback in the entire NFL, because he doesn't have the same arm strength as everyone else out there, like a Tom Brady, like an Aaron Rodgers, like Andrew Luck. So he's always throwing to a spot. His anticipation has to be off the charts. And as you age, as you get a little bit older, as you have another kid, another off season, your brain starts to wander a little bit, and you can't do the same things that you could once do in your early 20s. I think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Okay.
I think his numbers are crazy, and I think he's gotten the most out of his ability. He's gotten San Diego close, but not over that hump. But if I was, well, they're not San Diego anymore, L.A.,
Yeah.
I would start building for the future.
Yeah, I think he can still be a top 10 quarterback. I think he has some injuries that certainly hindered his abilities this year. And then when you don't have your key guys, then you do start to overcompensate, and that can lead to a career high in interceptions. But Keenan Allen is a legit number one guy, and he was injured in the first game of the season. I had him on my fantasy team and drafted him very high. So when you take away a number one target from a quarterback, a lot of quarterbacks will be crippled. Stevie Johnson is another guy who got injured before the season started. So if we were to sit here and name 10 guys, I think Rivers would be right around 10, 11, 12. It's not a ton of quarterbacks. I'm taking before Phillip.
Yeah, but I think he's on a downward hill.
That's
you know
fair.
what I'm saying?
That's
I
fair.
like he's not longer peaking. And Melvin Gordon had 997 yards rushing this year, but only 3.9 per carry. Williams, Inman, guys you never heard of before, those end up being your leading wide receivers because he doesn't have a lot to work with. So I think if he was in another situation, Minnesota,
Okay.
somewhere where they had an established running game and an established defense, plus his division's brutal.
Tough is maybe the toughest
really,
division
really
in football.
tough. So you're probably right. He's probably right on the cusp, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be top 10 going forward.
Right.
Yeah, maybe this next season he's still in that conversation. But I think San Diego has to start thinking about the future.
Yeah,
Sorry, LA.
When you talk about Phillip Rivers, his best years behind him. That's the case.